Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the ActionsOfTrade.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody is preparing for Santa Claus, and hopefully everybody had a great Monday. Speaking of Santa, we'll get to that in a second. Guys, do me a favor, take a second out, support the channel. All it takes is a 1/10 of a second. Click that like button, and again, I will hopefully do my best. So, pretty basic stuff. Friday, we reclaimed back the 50-day moving average and the 10-day. That was a buy signal, yada, yada, yada. Bulls extended Friday's gains with the Dow. Let's see, a Dow up another 227 points. S&P up 0.6% or 44 points, and the NASDAQ up 0.5% or of 121 points. The question is, going into the end of the year, can they finally just drive it home and take out the take down the all-time highs? That is to be determined, but we're not that far off. Most important part is, again, take it day by day. I am personally trying to get the lowest hanging fruit. Considering I trade like 7-8 symbols, really not that hard to identify the low-hanging fruit. And I'm just trying to be one and done if possible. You know, today was a perfect example. I wore the Tesla t-shirt today. And the first thing I said today at Morning Strategy is, I think today would be the day, right? I think today would be the day that Tesla takes out last week's channel. And somebody asked me, well, why do you think so? I go, because I'm wearing the t-shirt. See, sometimes you put it out of the universe and you get it. But all jokes aside, that's kind of my plan for the rest of the year. Just trying to take it day by day. Try to get out early if possible. Spend some holiday time with the family until the new year, and then start off 2026 like I do every single other year. So hopefully everybody is doing well. So let's talk about it. Q's going, IWM going, SPY's going. We talked about this on the weekend update. What's good about what you're seeing right now, the speculation money has returned. If you go back to the weekend video, we talked about the aero defense, right? Aerospace stocks, Lunar, right? Lunar went crazy today. We'll get to the pivots in a second. You had a day 2 run in all the aero defense names. You had Lunar, Fly, we discussed over the weekend, right? Fly, PL we discussed, and RKLB. There were others. These just the kind of the names. I was going to sit there all day with every single symbol, but you kind of get the point. Today, you saw a continuation of the speculation money flow back into the data space, right? The data centers, the quants, the uraniums, they went nuts, right? They went absolutely nuts. You got QBTS, QBTS, which I really still like for tomorrow. You got a QBTS, you got the CCC, BCDX, whatever the fudge that is, RGTIs of the world. The computing stocks are waking up. So this is good stuff, right? This is good stuff here. You have a big, broad market rally underway. Is everything participating? No, not everything's participating. But again, you don't need to participate in everything. You just need to isolate the names that you want. And if you look at, today's pivots, you kind of see that, right? Friday, PLTR broke out above 188.50. Today, this is pretty much, you saw a really aggressive move today on our focus list. Pretty aggressive move in the first hour of the day. I literally traded only the first hour of the day. I just literally traded Tesla, and it was great. We'll get to that in a second. But PLTR broke out on Friday, 88.50. Now it needs to confirm 95 and 95.34 pre-market highs. PLTR traded up to 198, 199. Again, this was all in the first half hour, 40 minutes. So really big move there. Lunar that we talked about on the weekend video, 1505. Again, it's aerospace. We highlighted the group pre-market. We highlighted it on the weekend video, and this thing went crazy. Just went absolutely nuts. Took out the 1505. Traded up to 17. Again, all these things that I was trying to identify the ones that haven't gone pre-market yet. RKLB was gapping up. PL was gapping up. So I tried to identify the one that didn't. This thing actually opened down 20, 30 cents and just went completely out of its mind. Congrats to all you guys that traded that. Amazon, I still like a lot. Hasn't confirmed yet. We'll get to that in a second. Tesla, right? This was my one and done for the day. 491 and 495.30. The reason why 491 was a big area, that's where it got rejected the last 2 days of the week into supply from last week. 95.30 was the high from last week. So those are the two levels that needed to confirm. You started seeing very, very aggressive weekly $500 calls, and Tesla went crazy. I mean, Tesla gave a $7 candle in the first 15, 20 minutes of the day. And I was like, listen, if we get 500, who cares? My highest sale to get down to the runner was like 498.50s, 40s, 50s. I got stopped on the last 10% just because it came back in. But, who cares? I mean, honestly, who cares? Big move here. Look, they're rolling over their bets for January for the 520s, the 540s. There's still some 560s. That 500 level is just, a conversational piece right now. It's really not that big of a deal. The one thing that I did have noticed on Tesla is if you don't take your profits on the way up, they yank it. They've been giving it very, very strong moves in the morning and then completely pulling them at some point mid-morning towards the afternoon. So guys, remember, keep taking profits. Put yourself in a situation that you're constantly feeding yourself. Pay yourself for your efforts. But again, Tesla was great, was absolutely great. NVIDIA broke out on Friday, pretty much a rest day today. I like that 8460 got rejected twice pre-market, never got there. Watch this 8460 for tomorrow, just in case NVIDIA wakes up. And congratulations, Carvana. This was a beautiful, there was no uptick on the short. 445, if it builds below, can lose the 10-day moving average. And look at Carvana. I mean, this was a massive move. Congrats to all you guys who are still holding this thing as a runner. It took out the 445, the 10-day moving average, and traded all the way down to 429. This thing has room. If there's a continuation day, this thing has room to 418, 420. So big move there on Carvana. Tesla. I mean, phenomenal, right? Phenomenal move off the opening range. So great day. I mean, great day. Listen, if I can duplicate, an aggressive channel in the first 15, 20 minutes of the day, I would love waking up in the morning and clicking a mouse. Unfortunately, most days you have to work for your money unless you get a really, really bolt of lightning. So let's talk about some other names for potentially for tomorrow. Stocks that look pretty good. Stocks that are now participating. We talked about the quant names I like. I like this QBTS. I like this QBTS first close over the 50-day moving average. A lot of call buying that came in throughout the day. Keep an eye on this thing. This thing gives a weaker open. See if you can get some into rising 60-minute support or on strength. If it washes out in the morning, starts attacking today's channel, keep an eye on this thing for more upside. You got IONQ. It's the same former runners from late summer, early September. Today, IONQ got rejected off the 50-day moving average. Watch this thing if it reclaims it back tomorrow for another run. UMAC, your guess is as good as mine what the hell this thing is. But again, first close above the 50-day moving average. You got a little bit of expanding volume. Same notes as QBTS. Watch this thing for tomorrow, right? Keep an eye on this thing for tomorrow. Affirm, I'd like to see some option flow come in on Affirm. This is very, very close to confirming a multi-month channel, right? It just needs flow. And the one thing I don't like about it, if you look at the volume, it's moving up on decreased volume versus kind of gassing out on upside bias. So I'd like to see some option flow come into this name even before I even consider putting it on. But as far as the structure and the name goes, it does look pretty good on a potential multi-month breakout. But the one that I definitely want to concentrate the most on tomorrow or even the next couple of days is Amazon. Okay. Again, Amazon's been rejected now 3 days in a row below the 50-day moving average, right? And in the process, in the last 3 days, in the last 4 days, it's putting in a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This thing is coiling up really, really, really tight. You're getting some 230 weeklies coming in. You see some 235s coming in for January. All this thing needs to do is reclaim back the 50-day moving average. Does that guarantee the ultimate run up for the stock? No, but again, once it gets above the 50-day moving average, the higher probability of a multi-day move is, well, high probability. Again, look at the last time it reclaimed back the 50-day moving average was on October 24th, and the stock went from 225 to 233 before earnings. So again, that 50-day reclaim is going to be very, very important, just like the way it lost the 50-day moving average on November 17th, and the stock went from 229 all the way down to 215 in 3 days. So tomorrow, let's definitely watch the 50-day moving average. This is going to be my at least top watch, just because how tight it is and the importance of this price discovery level, which is the 50-day moving average. Let's see if it gets up. Let's see if it expands, and let's see if it gets going. Other names, PLTR. Again, like I said, huge move today. Congratulations to all you guys. Took that 95, 30s, traded right to the upper Bollinger Band to 199. Is 200 now a big deal? It's a psychological thing. I don't think it's a big deal. What's worrisome for some of these other names, they're not really participating. You got Meta that just cannot get back above the 50-day moving average, having a hard time. You got Microsoft still underneath the 50-day, not even participating, not even a little bit. You figure Apple would be a little bit better. Apple's just barely hanging on to the 50-day moving average. Any close below the 50-day, Apple gets washed. So you have some really, really good-looking charts. You got speculation money between the data centers, the uraniums, and stuff like that. Combined with all these lunars, fly, PL, RKLBs of the world. So you're definitely getting rotation into speculation money, which is a really great formula for continuation move. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens where the value is. Again, my year is pretty much done. I'm just kind of literally trying to get the low-hanging fruit. Like I said a few minutes ago, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Doesn't really make a difference. Guys, God bless. Hope everybody is doing well, and I'll check you guys on the field tomorrow.